I have a new mod that I really, really love. It's called Morgenröte or Morgan Red, Red Morning. It's German, but it's got great flavor and it deals with science, engineering, exploration, arts, sports. It's a lot of extra clicking to do in the game, and it's great quality clicking. I'm very fond of this. The short version is I take Morgenrot and I give it fünf Pickelhaube helmets. That's five German helmets up, with a little spiky thing. Five of those up because bang. And I'm going to keep this engineer at the university, let him work on steel frame buildings because I've already got a pretty good engineer. If I go over here to my science, not my science here, and yeah, here he is. He's working. He's a military engineer. I have him working on some advanced firearms. I know it said field works there, but it's firearms because you look at the thing there. He's already developed one level of advanced field works and one level of advanced firearms, so that improves my armed forces. I'm going to have him keep grinding away on those because I need a good army. And then my chemist, he's working on discovering a new element, and my geologist is getting samples, and my astronomer is finding stuff in the sky. We're getting 25 astronomical objects per year. Oh my gosh, she has already discovered Neptune. You don't believe me? Okay, fine. Look, there it is. Boom, discovered by France. That was her. She did it. Oh yeah. Chicks can discover planets, man. I'm telling you, that's the crazy world we live in. But I don't have a paleontologist, and my naturalist sadly passed away. But I do have a physician, and I do have an archaeologist. They are doing their thing there. Oh, he can go on a local excavation. Well, let's do that. And let's spend 5 years doing local excavation, so that way if something else comes up, we'll be able to go along with there. And I could also do a South Seas Pacific expedition. Yes, please. Who's going to go there? Oh, brave physician, cocaine addict, inept master bureaucrat, or tactful, imposing expert naval commander. We'll send Charles Baudin. He will go out there, and he'll go out on the Pacific expedition. And that's just the science stuff there. There's also the arts. I've got artists, and I've got Honoré de Balzac and Delacroix, and and then we got a balloonist. The British have the records for it, and if I go down over here to I can visit the museum, and I can see who's got the most artifacts, and I've got 37 of them now. I was just behind the Prussians earlier, and I did a different take of the video, and I was screaming about that. Now I've got better than them. So instead of going, I'm going, deal with that, Prussia. Oh yes, the competition is real. If I go over here to the elements overview, we can see all the historical ones. Some of them are known since ancient times. We got that. But then there are the ones where I've been theorizing. There's a couple here. Yeah, France. We know about element 75. Oh, yeah. And we're going to work on it there. And there's one that I've isolated. Oh, yeah, this is it. No, not bromine. We did a different isolation. No, not that one there. Here it is, 1848. Yes, thorium. Yeah, we found it. We got it. We're good. So yeah, I can science it, and when we get these things that pop up, I could do more medical research, geological research, improving my forestry, developing advanced rifles. This is a good one here. Like I said, what my military engineer is doing, my composer is working on a masterwork, and we can see this here if I go to the military and I look at the mobilization methods. There's a lot more of them here. Oh yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool, man. I got a lot of them. This is awesome socks, man. I got my advanced weapons. Here's my advanced field works. I got balloons. We could send up a spy balloon. And if I look at my technology, where'd that go? Here it is. Oh, I've got a lot of new tech to discover. Society texts now have there's a reason to start clicking around in here because I want to discover early archaeology, so that way I can get a drop on the Germans and discover more stuff. Oh yeah, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1855 style. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I prioritize early archaeology over the discovery of quinine. That's very Victorian. I'm telling you. I feel immersed in the history here. Now you'll see these other ones here, these brightly colored ones like health and safety and government operations. These come from another mod that expands technology. It's a really cool one. Uh, I'll have all these mods in a new mod list that I'm going to post in my Discord server. Hashtag the mod list. I'm going to make one that's specifically for Morgenröte because there are a few conflicts, and then as those conflicts are resolved with compatibility patches, this will I'll be able to put them in there. But this other tech mod here, oh, it's good, and in fact, it gives you stuff to research well after the rest of them have run out. And these are things that will just give you bonuses on education access, qualifications, training rate, birth rate, mortality. It's just going to be little things here. You're probably not going to get to the end of them, but it's something to do so that when you get towards the end and you think, I really don't want to research that, I'd rather get like a plus 5% on my bureaucracy. Okay, do it. And it helps. It helps with all the other things in the game there. It helps keep things going. I really enjoy that one there. So this is expanded technology here that goes with and plays very well with Morgenröte. In fact, a lot of mods play very well with it because it's using the custom mod framework. You'll notice that my Greek, Balkan, Byzantium flavor mod, or Byzantium, Balkan, whatever, that's playing very well with it. It's doing a fantastic job. Industry realism just needed a quickie patch, and that's good to go. The political and economic changes looks like it also needs a small patch, but I'll be patient. When that's ready, we'll have that patch for that. Another set of mods that I'm using are also Gray's soft touches on economy is one that I'm using, and the urban synergy unleashed, or USU. That one also needed a com patch with Gray. With the industry realism. But the gray mods that I'm using there are doing a very excellent job of helping to smooth out the economy. Now, there's another one that I'm waiting for that needs to be compatible with Morgenröte, and Sasko's working on it. It's going to be one where he discovered, we were talking a lot about the issue and how to resolve this trade problem, especially with free trade. And he came up with a solution. I'm so glad he did. I want to promote that. I talked to him, and then he had the solution. I'm going, oh, we're not worthy. Basically, free trade, it does some really horrible things if you unleash it. If it's kept quiet, and it is in vanilla, you don't really notice them. But if you have these mods that expand your trade, you wind up making way more of something than is really necessary. And because of that, a lot of weird things happen in the economy. And part of that is in how tariffs work, that if you have zero tariffs, it's quite possible to import and export the same good and make money off of it. This kind of fixes things. Or not kind of. It does a very good job of fixing them. I've played a few passes with that, and once it's compatible with Morgenröte, I'm sliding it into that mod list, and it's going to be a fantastic one there. Another one that Sasko did that I am using right now because it's 100% there is this one here that does colonial resettlement and also penal colony transfers. Or no, not that. Yeah, I think that's it. But definitely colonial resettlement. You see, I'm doing France, I'm doing Algiers, Constantine, and Oran. This is because in the game you've got a journal entry to try to get the French population above 20% in each of these areas. And if I go to Oran and go to population, I've got over 20% French population there. Algiers, I'm at 9.7, and Constantine, I'm at 12.2. Yes, these mods are getting les pieds noirs out of France and into Algérie. So I can now, once I have this done, I can say Algérie, c'est France, and I'll get that achievement or that little journal entry unlocked. And that takes me back over here to Morgenröte because there's a lot of other things I could do here that don't show up on the side. But they're just things that if I'm like waiting for something to happen, like I'm building some factories, and once they're done, I'm going to build the companies that go with them. And I'm not going to attack anybody right now because I feel like my infamy is a bit high for because I want to conquer Belgium, and I know it's going to bring the British in. I want to take a lot of British stuff, and I don't want to go too far over 50. So anyway, I'm waiting, and while I wait, I've got these things I can click on, and I can go, well, what does it take to get to the biennial? I need to research neoclassicism, new objectivity, or Art Deco. And then I can get the biennial. All right, well, I got to wait for that. Uh, yeah, and there's lots of other things I can click on here that are just fantastic stuff, that are great fun to do. So yeah, Morgenröte is the big story, but I've mentioned some of those other mods in there that are just also fantastic. Also, Expedient Falcon, the guy that gave us Industry Realism, gave us the mod that puts the little tiny building that will generate 10 of each good in a capital. If I go here to Parma and buildings, it's it lives here in resources, rural mining, one building. This one he got some production synergy off. Okay, so it's making 11. But the cool thing is there's also a silent event. So when something stops being a capital, then that little thing goes away. Like, for example, Prussia. It has, if we look in the Prussian market and let's look at iron, okay, we still see Baden, Hamburg, Bremen, Brandenburg, Svealand, Hanover, Saxony, Oldenburg, Eastern Norway. These are all in the Prussian market where they have these little buildings, but you don't see anything for Mecklenburg or all the other little things that Prussia absorbed when it did this other event that, because I'm also using Sasko's German unification event, and so like it sort of fused together when it went to war with Austria, but did not yet form the North German Federation because I got involved and took over the Rhineland. But yes, you can see that it's there, and as the capitals disappeared, so went away the buildings. So it's great. You don't have to worry about huge inflation. That it starts with a little bit of iron for everyone in the world at the beginning of the game, and then as the game wears on, that little tweak falls away, and you're left with just a very small amount still in the game coming from that building, and the majority of the production is coming from your actual real iron mines. But it helps those small countries get started. It's so good. Oh yeah, there's also another gray mod that I have. It's the construction rework, which makes it so if I build a construction building, it uses a lot less of everything. I get it makes less construction, but uses less people and less inputs. So now it's essentially half the size of what it used to be. So a small country can build just one of these and not go bankrupt, and then keep building, and then it adds up over time. We're getting some great economic growth with this one and the economic tweaks. And if I can also get the Sasko trade and production one back in the mix here, which levels out free trade and stops the problems from happening, I'm going to have a great experience here. I know I'm talking fast. Again, the headline, Morgenröte, 5 Pickelhaube-Helmets, because it adds so much cool flavor. And I mean, if I just unpause and let it roll for a while here, you saw me launch the Pacific Expedition. I'll start getting pop-ups for it. And it'll be kind of like in Crusader Kings 3, where you're having a banquet or a tournament or something going on. So yeah, you're doing your other stuff, but in between you can pause it and go, do I want this to be a general research trip, or do I want this to be oceanographic studies or the wonders of nature? I'm trying to get some more specimens here. I'm in a competition with the British on that. Let's get the wonders of nature. Let's do that. And now we still have the same old stuff here. You're going to learn French, guys. And we'll just let it unpause and let it go through. We'll just see what other events pop up. And here we go. Oh, a great geological formation discovered in Wallon. I just took over a little bit of Luxembourg there. So this gives me a reason to go take over the rest of the state. Not for the industry, for the dinosaur bones. Let's take a little closer look there. And my geologist gets more experience there. And he's now a very experienced geologist. Good job. And we'll just keep going. As you can see, this is taking a little bit more time in the game because I've got to look these stuff. Okay. So should I take a surveyor or an astronomer with me? I'll take the astronomer. Yeah. I like that because now while we're also doing we're looking for specimens, we'll also be able to take star measurements down there. And she's a great one. She discovered Neptune. Did I mention that? Oh yeah. And now the Cybele expedition launches. We could go for Oceania, which is what I own, Tahiti, or go to Australia or Indonesia. I'll go to Oceania, off to Tahiti. And they'll sail there. We'll get the little pop-ups. And this is going to be happening for all of those things going on in the game here. And oh, excuse me, I can now calculate the age of the Earth. Let's do that. Chunk. And we have now figured out that it's a little bit older than it used to be. We get a little more progress on our theory of evolution, and the nations will vote on it. And yeah, we had a vote on whether or not Ceres was a planet. I was against it, but everybody else was for it. So I'm going to be that way. Just wait till we talk about Pluto in 100 more years, or actually 200 more, or 180 more years. Okay, anyway, yeah, so we got the normal events going on, but also the Morgenröte ones, like Secrets of Easter Island. Oh, oh la la, we have these. An aspiring cartographer is interested in the island's lost culture. What a mysterious place. No spoilers now. I should end the video here because, yeah, that's what this does. That's what this does. Now, granted, if you're not a great power or a major power, you're not going to have a lot of scientists, and you have to buy them from the great powers to come visit your nation for a while and do things. But as you become a great power, you will have your own scientists and they'll do their thing. So, yes, this is another reason for me to keep playing a great power because I really enjoy this kind of stuff going on. So I hope you enjoy this. I'll have a new mod list in my channel, and you like, comment, and subscribe, and be good to everybody that you meet because they might be having a harder day than you're having. And if you make them happy, you'll be happy too. All right, we'll see you later.